Good morning. Welcome to another video installment. Okay, today I read this article and it made me laugh. I just couldn't believe it. You couldn't really make it up. It was just that brilliant. Um, okay, Uber as a company, it's always prided itself for being cardless or cashless, whichever way you want to put it. Um, And I mean, as a driver, you'll also know that when previously, before tips was given to us, if we weren't allowed to have any cash tips from passengers, and their main reason was, we wanted to provide this cashless transaction. There's no money, there's no card, there's nothing involved. Simply you got your phone, you got your app installed. All you have to do is just carry the app around, and everything is sorted. And that was it. Even on the media, you know, when they come in front of cameras, it's always been, oh, we're a cardless company. We're striving forward, this and that. So I'll open up my email, and today Uber introduces a credit card. Would you believe? I couldn't stop myself laughing. Okay, let's explore this a bit more. Obviously, Dara Shahi, he's a CEO of Uber now, and he's obviously um, on the driving seat and steering which way the company goes forward. And it looks it's taking a bit of a diversion now and into the financial sector at the same time with this credit card. So it gives you a bit of clue which way they're also thinking going forward in the future. And more importantly, what he's done at the same time is managed to gag all the drivers. He's put a dummy in the driver's mouth so they can't speak. So over the last few months, you've seen them coming out with pay rise. They're given tips. Waiting time. If you do over 10 miles, you get paid extra. So there's a lot of things that are thrown at the drivers to keep them quiet. And frankly, that has worked. So why is Uber basically shifting to another market? And to be honest, I mean, if you look at the credit card, the financial side, it makes sense, because this is a company that is handling millions and billions of pounds a year through his system. So it's a good place to be a wholesaler in the mix of all this. But anyway, let's stick to what this video is about, and that's the credit card they come out with. So what does this credit card do, and what does it give you? Firstly, it gives you a 4% cash back on dining out and eating out. Sorry, takeaway and dining out, which is quite good actually if you think about it. 4% every time you went out for a restaurant or you ordered a takeaway, you get 4% back using the credit card. So all you do, like PayPal, you link it up and it just takes it out of that account. So it's a good challenge. Well, it challenges the likes of Just Eat, who are in direct competition with Uber Eats. So that will help that section a lot more. 3% cash back on hotels. That's probably to compete with the likes of Airbnb, who probably are putting a bit of a dent in the hotel industry. So maybe there's a partnership between Uber and one of the hotel chains, to claw back some of the Airbnb market again. You got 2% back on online purchases, so that's quite good. 2% back on certain brands and certain stores you use your credit card on. That is not a bad thing. They're also giving you 1% back on all purchases, and that is very good. Many of us got our accounts linked to PayPal. You don't get anything back from them, so this card is 1%. You can't argue with it. It's a free card, so again, it's something that makes sense. But the thing is, why is Uber really shifting towards that market. And that's the question I ask myself. Are they bold enough to take this market on? And they probably are, because they've been known to do this kind of thing. Is it risky? Oh yeah. If it's not risk, Uber doesn't want to know. And you might say, well, can they win this market over? The financial authority are a big organization. You're not going to be able to turn them over so easily. But then again, we've said that about governments, and they managed to do that in certain respect. So, but we will see what happens. So that is your brilliant credit card, which every one of you should be having as soon as it comes available. I think it comes on November the 2nd in the US, and obviously a few months later we'll have that as well. Just a couple of few things. Firstly, a thumbs up for Mo from our Uber group, WhatsApp group. And also 8:30 guys in Leeds today. There's a meeting on opposite Lahore, 8:30. Be there. And I'll speak to you guys soon. Bye bye now.